Hey, if you grew up going to Sunday school or kids' church or even vacation Bible school, there's a song that you probably learned. And it goes a little bit something like this. Father Abraham had many sons. Many sons had Father Abraham. And I am one of them. And so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. Right arm, left arm, right foot, left foot, and so forth. I love that song. I love all the hand gestures. And you probably have heard that Father Abraham had many sons. But there was a time when he didn't. It's talking about Abraham in the Bible. And he had many sons. But there was a time when he didn't. There was a time that he didn't have any sons. There was a time when he just had a promise. And he was getting older. And God had promised him sons. God had promised him descendants. But that hadn't happened yet. And so all he had was this promise. And that's what we're going to read about today. It's in Genesis chapter 15. And we're going to read verses 5 through 7 in the Voice Bible. And it says this. God takes Abraham outside. Because Abraham is kind of... God, I know you've made me these great promises, but what good does that do? Because I don't even have a son. I don't even have a descendant. And so God took him outside to show him something. The Eternal One said to him, look up at the stars and try to count them all if you can. There are too many to count. Your descendants will be as many as the stars. Abraham believed God and trusted in his promises. So God counted it to his favor as righteousness. The Eternal One said to Abraham, I am the Eternal One. Remember, I am the one who brought you from Ur of the Chaldeans in order to give you this land to possess and to pass on to your descendants. All right, this is the first time in the Bible that we get a clue about what really gets us credit with God and what makes us righteous. And it's not doing all the right things. It's believing in the right one. All right, Abraham believed in God. He trusted God. He had faith, and that's what made him righteous. It wasn't a matter of he did everything right. He wasn't perfect, but he believed in the perfect one, and that's what made him righteous. And this is the first time that we really get a grip on that we realize that that's how God works. And then God tells him this. All right, you're going through this doubt. Remember who I am. I am the Eternal One. And remember what I have done. I have brought you out. I have brought you up. And I have put you where you need to be. And just keep remembering. Okay? Don't give up. Don't get discouraged. And we need to remember that. If you skip down to chapter 16, verse 1, it says this. Despite God's promises, years went by. And if we're honest, that's kind of where most of us live. We live in that space between a promise made and a promise kept. And we live in that space where we're waiting on God. We kind of have an idea, we have an inkling of what He wants for us and what He has for us, but we're living in that space between a promise made and a promise kept. And years can go by, and it can get a little discouraging, and we can be like, is this ever going to happen? And you need to know that it will. You need to just stop, collaborate and listen, and remember who He is. Remember who the Eternal One is. Remember what He's done in the past. He's brought you out. He's brought you up. He's not going to give up on you. He's not going to quit. So keep believing. Keep on believing and see what He does. He's got great things in store for you. Don't give up. Don't get discouraged. Remember. God bless you guys. Giddy up.